second.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? We are going to be going live in just a few here. We are getting ready to go live. Just want to give everybody an update. We are getting our audio corrected and our videos corrected, our live stream here corrected. We got, we have audio on both sides, I believe. We got 3 viewers in right now. We're going to be going live in about 10 minutes. Just want to give everybody an update. Can we hear your audio?
Yeah, I can hear my audio. Or yeah.
Oh, we got you. We got you.
You on point.
Sounds amazing. And we are recording tonight. Actually, to be honest with you, it was very tricky. I had to re-download OBS. Having some issues with OBS on the PC, had to re-download OBS, but we could not record the past few episodes. I had to pull them off of YouTube directly and then come back. OBS was just having some issues, but we are good to go now. So we're going to be going live in about 10 minutes. Just want to let everybody know what's going on. Thank you all for chilling and hanging out and hanging in there while we get going. So be back on in just a few. Welcome to Lerk's World. Here we are with Soji Glass, aka Soji.cup. Another month, another episode, just to kind of get people excited. We got 6 people in here right now, and I'm sure a few more will be joining us. We expect about 20 or 30 as usual in the live stream. And if you don't know, the live stream is then recorded and posted directly to the Lerk's World YouTube page. You can watch this at a later date. A lot of people come into this show and are actually working. So they're either like at their job currently, or they're being moms and dads at home. They're facilitating their lives. So I appreciate anybody that's able to watch it during the live. But as you know, you can always watch this later on as recorded content on Lerk's World YouTube channel. We have posted, as usual, the link, which is on the Instagram. If you are lost, I'm sorry. It's in our story. I'm going to jump on live on the Instagram real quick just to remind everybody that's sitting there wondering, how the hell do we find this? We're jumping on live on Instagram for a couple seconds here. So, Instagram followers, just so you know, we are on YouTube. We're going live. We're doing it with Soji.cup, a.k.a. Soji Cup, Soji Glass. I don't even know what your website is. What is your website right now?
SojiCup.com.
SojiCup.com. We're on live, y'all. Come jump in. Come jump in. It's on YouTube. The link for the YouTube live stream is in my About Me. It's in my profile. We're sitting here on live right now. You guys can just click the link. The link is in the About Me. We're here. You can see. Hold on. I'll flip it around real quick. You can see there's the homie. What up? Oh, wait. There's no audio. Are you there? Is he not talking?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's there. He's there.
Yeah.
He's there. There he is. There he is again. And we got a third vision of him. So thank you all for showing up to Z Vapor the other day. If you don't know, we had a drop at Z Vapor. We had a drop with Smoky Bros, which is affiliated with Z Vapor. Illinois was beautiful. I spent about 24 hours there. Hot as hell. It reminded me of Florida a lot. Very hot, very humid. Hard to sit in one spot for too long without getting completely coated in sweat. Come jump on the YouTube stream. We got 14 viewers on the Lerk's World, Lerk the World Instagram page right now. I see 14 of y'all are in here. If you just click the link in my About Me right now on my Instagram, you'll be taken directly to the YouTube live stream. We do this once a month. We choose a winner for a torch and tool kit. If you aren't aware, we give away a glass-blowing torch and tools once a month on the YouTube channel. All you have to do is either be a Lerk subscriber, number one, to be able to get into the raffle for the torch, but anybody can watch this. Anybody can watch this stream. We're going to be talking about some interesting things tonight. We're doing a Q&A. This month actually marks 10 years that I've been blowing glass, 10 years on the torch. So we're going to be doing a Q&A with Soji. Soji is actually going to interview me tonight. And beyond that, we're going to discuss some new ideas we have for next year. It's going to be an interesting show. So now there's 8 people. So that means some people might be jumping over to YouTube, right? I appreciate you all. If you aren't here, please dive in. The About Me link is live. Prisms, what up, bro? We got Prisms in here. Yo, Prisms, we're with Soji, bro. Come on. Come jump in, bro. We're in the About Me, in my About Me. Follow that link. Follow the link in my About Me. Jump over now. Follow the link. See you guys in a few. God, they make it crazy hard to get off of the live now on Instagram. It's not just a quit or an exit. Yo, I appreciate you coming on. You've been on the past few months, and where you're at right now, I believe it's what, 9, maybe 9:15ish.
Yeah,
I appreciate you taking your time, because the last few episodes have been like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. No, we kind of fall down the rabbit hole, you know.
This episode, I spoke to you about this prior. August 6th. It's crazy that I can remember the day, but August 6th marked the 10th year of my glass blowing life, and just being in the culture of melting raw material and turning it into sculpture of some sort. So I wanted to bring you on and do a Q&A with me, actually ask me some questions, and kind of bring up some random stuff over the past 10 years. Who knows what we'll bring up, but probably won't be too long of a show tonight, y'all, just so you're aware. And we're going to be doing the raffle at the very end as usual. So you guys are going to get a chance to see someone win a beginner's glass blowing torch and toolkit. which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's cool that you do that.
Soji and I have been talking about doing a new show into the new year. Like, we want to start something that is a conglomerative show between the two of us, and we are interested on bringing it to YouTube, but also bringing it to a podcast where we just discuss random things going on in the industry that we may be affiliated, may not be affiliated with. We possibly bring some guests on for interviewing. We want to do some, and I thought about it earlier, the random review, where we both bring an item to the table and we review it. It could be food, it could be a toy, it could be a new tool, it could be alcohol. We were talking about alcohol tastings. It could be anything you want. It doesn't have to be cannabis related. It doesn't have to be glass art, and it doesn't have to be anything specific. So that's going into the new year. I want to give everybody a heads up on that. You're about this, right?
Oh, I'm super about it. Yeah.
And you've thought about doing a show yourself, correct?
Yeah. I've been accumulating the hardware to do all these things within the past year, as like you and I've been kind of talking about. And so yeah, no, it's finally come to the point where I gonna be doing a show.
Your camera looks great.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Almost better than mine, really. Like I'm pretty much better than mine, actually. I'm like looking at it, going, damn, mine's kind of blurry. Like I think I got a big thumbprint on it. Hold on a second. I actually am looking at this, going, I think I got a massive thumbprint.
But yeah, we were talking about some pretty cool ideas for bringing talking with the first few people, and we were also talking about even. One of the topics that we were talking about, it would probably include a few people in one, right?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about possibly trying to get a hold of Glass Vegas directly and interview them. Kyle and I actually do the Glass Vegas show together, along with Rachel, who goes by Bambi Glass. We all three have a pretty sweet, like, double wide booth at the Glass Vegas trade show, and it is the only
double wide,
baby. Might as well have a little mini fridge in a freaking like kitchenette area set up. It is a sweet spot. We almost have an entire block, actually. Like, no joke. We're kind of waiting for the neighbors to potentially move one day, and when they move on and decide to do whatever they want to do, or they move to another location, maybe on the floor, get a bigger booth themselves, we've already discussed buying the block. Okay,
yeah,
so
the whole game plan of that.
So yeah, we right now.
Not only that, but the other side.
Yeah, we own 2 booths, a middle booth and a corner booth at Glass Vegas every year. And last year was our first year doing it together, and man, it was so fucking awesome. And we both absolutely love the crew at Glass Vegas. Like, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm pretty sure like 3/4 of them are family, and then the rest of them are either like real close family or like close friends. But it's like dwindling down all the way to just the lady that takes your ticket at the front door. Like, they're family. You get that, I believe, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that they're family, but I know that I think you and I talked about a little bit about how they do a few other type of like themed expos too.
They do the bead and gem, or it's the what is it called? The bead show? Is it just called the bead show?
I don't know.
They do what's called.
Oh yeah, what? Yeah, I remember. Actually, I remember her talking to us. It is a bead show. They do a bead show. Yeah,
it's a bead show, and they I don't know exactly like what. I think it's after Las Vegas, but you know who's big into it is Lewis Wilson, and I'm pretty sure he was one of the like early guys that helped organize it, or was like one of the first vendors at it. I think Sue Ellen Fowler may do it. I could be wrong.
Yeah, who were we talking to? Was it what's her name? What's her name again? It was from that runs Las Vegas.
Wait, what? Amy Smart? Amy Smart.
Amy Smart. Okay.
I think her last name is Smart.
Yeah.
Or no,
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Amy Short. It's Amy Short, I believe.
Amy Short. All right. Yeah.
Great lady. I've never seen her not running around doing something 24/7 during the show. And at one point we were gambling, and I saw her in the casino walking through just as fast as she was walking in the show to get from point A to point B. Like, she's a workhorse of a lady in the way of getting her stuff done and running her business. I love it. I love her attitude. And for them to put on those 2 shows and run it the way they do, I mean, they came from the bead show. They didn't come from our industry, you know. So it's cool to see.
Yeah, and it shows too.
It shows. It shows.
They're not focused on a lot of the other products. It's there was one show in the past that happened a long time ago at the LA Convention Center, and it was called the World Glass Show or something, I believe is what it was. It was the first time that I was at. It was the first expo I ever really went to.
Wait a minute, is this the one that you have the article in where the photo of you's on the lathe?
No. That was at a scientific glass.
Okay.
Expo, but symposium.
What made you go to this thing in LA?
Like
what made you go to this? What made you go to this?
Because it was like the name of it was like World Glass Expo or something, and it was a big deal. I think it was like probably 7 or 8 years ago, maybe like 9 years ago, something like that. It was the first one I ever went to, and it was like, Buck had this like giant spider that came down, the whole nine, and but there was a really big difference. That was a really definitive show compared to a lot of the other ones because they were like really heavily industry based, but more focus. But like the one that I'm talking about, the World Glass Show or something like that, I believe it was an International Glass Show. I think
International Glass Show. I think that is what it was.
International Glass Show, yeah. And you could tell it was. You could tell where the focus is really concentrated on. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's focused on bringing the art and showing the art to the shop owners and collectors and whatnot. And the concerns of the artists were like held to a high caliber.
At that show.
And there wasn't mixing around of like smoke filters right next to like some really sick ass like bubs or something like that. It was,
I hate
next to that. It was all like conglomeration. It was all just glass artists. There was no like in between.
I absolutely hate when there's like a guy vending his art that he's worked on forever next to a guy that sells like flavor additives for e-cigarette juice.
Yeah.
God,
yeah.
I hate that.
That is unfortunate as part of like the come up when you're in glass, especially when it besides outside of expos, like you kind of get used to being in situations like that a lot. But the higher that you come up on the totem, I guess you could say, the more that you're just like, I don't. But there is a certain time where it's like there's a time and place for that in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Do you remember we used to do Big Show?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That show was right on the edge of high class. And
right on the edge of it. Yeah.
Something happened, and oh no, you know what it was? The vape generation happened. And
that's exactly it. Yeah,
and they went, and it was called. It went from just the Big Show to like a crossover where it was like the Big Show and also something else within it, and it was more vape related, and it was very strange. It became very, very weird. However, the Glass Vegas show is affiliated somehow, one way or another, with the tobacco show. I think they may not be together, but they always happen at the same time. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
Like whenever the people are walking into Glass Vegas, they're also wearing a band for the Tobacco Expo.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah, I think that's so convenient too. What a great idea to host a trade show in the midst of, like, instead of bringing two together, just have them completely fucking separate, dude.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah, I agree. That is a great idea. It's definitely utilizing the best out of it too.
I don't think I ever saw your room last year. No, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I see it once. It was decent. And how was your view? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice.
What did you have a view of? Do you remember?
Basically.
Was it the pool? I think it was the pool, right?
Not really. No. It wasn't the best view, but the view where it was at, it was so high up that it overlooked some of the roof that was below.
Okay.
But it was still a really nice view. It was a certain view of the city that I haven't really gotten a view of before.
Yeah. You're obviously excited. Glass Vegas is in February. It was just announced like this past month.
Oh yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm really excited.
And we both have been filling orders still from the previous year of the show.
Yeah.
What an awesome opportunity.
Yeah, really, man. I think about it every day.
Me too. Literally, dude. Ever since they announced it, all I can think about is getting these orders done that I still have like lingering to start working for that.
Yeah.
All I can think about. Anyways, though, so yeah, moving forward, guys, that's our plan. That's what we're interested in doing. Tonight, we're gonna have Kyle ask myself some questions. And I also wanted to put it out to you all. There's 15 people in here right now. If 15 of you, if even one of you has a random question to throw into the mix, throw it into the mix, y'all. Like, feel free to throw it in. And once Kyle's done asking his 10 and I've gone over it, you are more than welcome to, we'll maybe grab a few, or if there's only one, we'll answer one. If there's none, we'll move right on to the raffle. It does not matter. 10 questions from you might be enough. You haven't actually told me what they are, but you said they're good.
And to be honest with you, they're not your typical questions that we would normally
But they're good. But they're good.
When they come up
and
on
you wrote
here.
it down. You wrote it down.
Kind of like all over the place. There's a couple glass related, and then there's a couple of them that are just like, you know, a little spicy. A little spice in the chili.
You wrote them down, correct?
All right.
I'm asking. You wrote them down, correct?
Yeah, well, not all of them.
Yo, homie Matt asked, are we going to East Coast Melt? Neither of us have ever been to that show, but I will tell you this.
We've been talking about how we want to go to it every year.
The only reason I haven't ever gone is because up until this past year, I was a homebody, like 100%, and we would do music festivals, like early on in our glass career. That's how we stayed alive in the summertime, was these music festivals. So it's not something, like, when we dove out of that, it wasn't something that we wanted to dive right back into. You know, we kind of hung loose on the, I guess, festival life for a couple years, and then, I mean, if we do it now, that's cool, right?
Yeah.
Do you not agree with me? Was that why we just didn't go?
Yeah, no, I feel like, you know, I'm sure there's a few reasons. You know, I'm sure the whole COVID thing didn't help anything, but going on the years before, you know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. East Coast Melt has been around for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Is it Paul Catherman that throws it on?
I'm not sure, but think about where we were 5 years ago. We were just wrapping up being complete festival freaks, dude, and I'm so glad that we were able to do that, but
yeah,
I had to stop. I had to stop.
It did. It had to find a point. Had to find a point, and I'm happy. I'm happy it did. I lived a lot of it out. You know, I still love live music, but I'm trying to go to the Bad Religion show.
Be real with me. Be real with me. Maybe you will not. Maybe at Bad Religion it'll be different, and I'm sure it will be. I don't even need to say it. But very clearly, are you and I not both on the same page that now when we go to shows, we try to get as far back as we can, and then we put a big blankie down and we chill.
It's the chair gang, dude.
Okay, chair.
Well, I'll never forget the last festival I went to. I got to the point where I was constantly bringing my chair with me. Yeah, and people would walk by and be like, "You're sitting down?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah, I'm sitting down. You're standing up? You're going to be swaying around for the next hour and a half and be chilling right here."
Yes.
Twisted up with my lady and my homies.
Yes.
Relaxing.
Yes.
This is what I came to do.
Yes. I'm with you 100%. I couldn't be even more with you.
I feel what you're saying, though. Yeah, it took a little bit of, what do you say? Like regathering, I guess. You know, like, really know the right term. I guess it kind of had to just like step back for just a little bit.
Yeah, like get a grip on life.
Prioritize.
Yes.
And then come back at it again, you know?
Totally with you.
Going to Melt now would be completely different than how it would have been going to Melt 5 years, 4 years, 30 years ago. You know?
Even last year, you said it yourself with COVID last year, I guarantee you this year will be similar. Mask mandate, whatever it is, similar. Even then, dude, you know what's crazy is I didn't think about it, and I'll leave East Coast Melt on this topic here. There's that hurricane that just rolled up through there, and I don't know what it will do to the area that's in because it's going to hit right where it's at.
Yeah, it's fizzling out now, though.
Oh, okay. Once it reached land, it fizzles out. That's true.
Yeah. It started fizzling out some, so.
Cooper has a question, and Avery has a question. When you're done asking yours, we'll hit theirs.
Okay.
You have a little bit of feedback from my mic, it looks like. Do you see your green ring?
Yeah.
Just a hair, and it just randomly starts. I don't know why. I don't know why it just randomly starts.
Okay.
Are we good?
Anyways, I think so.
Go on.
Okay. So I got a couple questions. A couple of them are kind of cheesy.
Are we running 10 or what?
I
feel like
7.
7. Okay. Well, we got 7. Cooper has
They're
1.
good. They're good. There's a couple in there that are good. They'll make up.
Matt says hashtag sit down gang. I'm with you, Matt. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yes, I'm a part of that gang.
Sit
Take
it.
a seat.
Sit it and quit it.
The problem.
Next time someone asks why are you sitting, I'm gonna say, hey, sit it and quit it.
All right. So I'll start off with some pretty basic ones. What are your, besides, I guess we'll ask, let's just start it off on the bunny slopes. How did you, not all the questions are going to be like this, but we'll go with the generic one. How did you get started?
I got started in glass, working for my brother as an employee for a company, and I did what's called pulling points, which is where you take a 5-foot chunk of tubing that we buy, 5 foot long. It looks like a big fluorescent light bulb, and you pull it down. You heat a spot up in the middle of the tube, and you pull it out into a longer chunk of tubing. But that area where you heat it up and pulled, it goes very thin. So I started off by doing that, and what is that thin spot? That thin spot actually becomes the handle of the tube. I'm sure you're obviously aware of this. I don't need to explain this to you, but I'm explaining this to people. I pulled points as an employee at 19 for my brother.
Yeah.
And he worked for
How
a
was
company.
that?
It was very strange. He worked for a company that was known for making like spice and all that illegal incense bullshit. Like I hated it. It was so stupid, But my brother was cool enough to bring me in on that, and I thought that was a great opportunity. Not something I had ever really had prior or thought to have done. Like I would have never been like, oh, I want to get into glass blowing. It was something that I had the opportunity to do, and because I had the opportunity to do it, I went ahead and ran with it. I learned how to make like a little spoon piece while I was there, but I never actually dove into my own work in this environment. Like I just focused on being an employee, So it was good. I got paid nothing.
From the point that you melted your first piece of glass to the point where you could pull a point and like actually make something out of, like, not make something out of glass, but I mean like make money. Like you could, if you were to say, hey, I'll pull these points, you don't have to teach me anything, you just pay me $5 an hour, you could possibly even do that for any Joe Schmo. So how long did it take for you to go from melting your first piece of glass to pulling a decent point?
About a month, and then the final, like I got a spoon going and making production work probably 2 months in, and then after about 3 months, the studio got shut down, and we moved into a warehouse doing like inventory and stock.
So how long were you in glass till you started looking at it as something otherwise than like something that had more potential to have a financial future?
I saw it when I met. It's actually quite interesting. I met. Trying to think how this worked out. I was. Oh, okay. So,
like to the point where you were just saying like, I can blow glass and I can do this, and to the point where you're like, okay, I think I'm ready to quit my job.
Sure.
Yeah.
I met a kid. Do you know Jack Alden?
I do. Yes. I know
Okay.
Jack Alden, yeah.
I met him. Probably like I started August 6th of 2011 is when I started blowing glass, and probably about October, November-ish time, that studio got shut down, and I went to Zen, which is where we both worked. And at the time, you did not work there. It was just Joe, this girl Zuzu is what her nickname was, and Dave and Josh, and then Jack Alden was there. And I met Jack randomly one day, and he was telling me about how he went to, what's that school called in Black Mountain? It's like Pisgah area. It's called, Penland. He went to Penland.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went to Penland, and which is a school for arts and crafts. It's kind of like Pilchuck, but it's a wider array of arts and crafts. So I met Jack, and Jack actually told me about going there and how positive it was. And at the time, I thought this kid was amazing. He was actually taking like powdered frit and pouring it into contracts tubing and like lines of the frit and trying to do like these ghetto wigwags with that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I saw that, thought he maybe had like some crazy technique, and obviously it was just fucking frit in a contracts tube. But I saw that, and I thought, dude, the whole thing was interesting. I thought he was making a ton of money, obviously, but he wasn't. I I don't think he was, I don't think he's in it like that. Where, okay, so your question is like, when did I see that it was financially successful and I should take off and do my own thing? I'm telling you, I thought who I was seeing do what they were doing, I thought that they were successful, so I figured when I saw that, take off and do your own thing. But I had no fucking clue that they were actually I didn't know that they weren't that successful. You know what I mean? Like, they were just young kids too. But I had some feeling, like I told myself, I was like, wow, if I get out there and do this on my own, it'll be successful for me amongst these people because these people are good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would tell you time-wise, probably about 3 or 4 months when I saw someone succeeding in it outside of that studio, because all I had known about glass or anything at that time was that studio I worked in that warehouse, and I was very surprised to see someone that didn't ever work there doing it and being successful. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like what made me think that I could do it on my own? Seeing someone that had never worked in the shop I was working in doing it on their own, but I didn't realize maybe their grandparents were helping them do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you worked in your mom's crib, but you had a studio in your mom's garage at one point, like early on. You went from working for production for a guy to moving into your shop in your mom's garage.
Yeah.
So
that's
that's basically what I did after Zen, was like a small garage studio at a family member's house kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is your audio okay?
It's freezing up a little bit on me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Your Wi-Fi is freezing up. I noticed it is. I feel like I should end the call and call right back. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
I'll call you right back.
All right.
Technical errors, y'all. Technical errors. Are you there?
Yeah.
Tell Sarah to get off her dang iPad so we can have our man time. You're like your Wi-Fi is being taken up by like 4 items in the house.
It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I don't have my I have my VPN on and I have no idea that it's even on.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's how you got started.
I got started working in a studio. Your next question was, at what point did you see that you had an opportunity to be successful with it? I'm telling you, when I worked in that studio, I dealt with a bunch of idiots that were making a ton of money off of us. And then I went and visited a studio when we didn't have studio space anymore, like when that studio got closed for fire code issues. I wanted to work still, so I worked there, making hourly, just doing inventory in their warehouse. And then I actually went to Zen one day and visited Zen. And what I'm telling you is, when I visited Zen and I was like, whoa, holy shit, there's people that don't work at this shithole place that I work at that are doing this successful. Wow, I can do that too. But I didn't realize that their income was not off of just making glass. You get what I'm saying? I didn't realize that. So like, I just told myself that, but then when I actually jumped ship and went there, it was hard as fuck to make more than probably like, I would say $1,000 a month on my own, which is obviously seems like good money. But I had a crib that I was living in that was like kind of out on the water, but I only paid utilities for this spot. It was like $300 or $400 a month that I owed, and I was able to do it because I had low responsibility financially. But I'm telling you, what made me think that I could do it on my own? Seeing some bastards do it on their own that didn't ever work with me, thinking they were doing it on their own, but they weren't.
Yeah.
It was a trick, and I tricked myself. I tricked myself into, it was like eating low-fat ice cream, but telling yourself it's the real thing. I didn't gain as much weight.
All right. I'm going to totally take it away for a second and go super topical with what are your top 5 favorite colors?
Great question. I've never had this question asked. I love the Molten Aura palette. I think Gold Ruby is probably one of my favorites. When it comes to the pendants, like making pendies, I would say I love Double Amber Purple. Specifically, recently, I've loved Loki's lipstick more. So I would say like Loki, like not necessarily in order here. Loki's lipstick, Double Amber Purple, Gold Ruby, I would say unworkable, but I love it. Mediterranean, of course. I actually really like blue slime. I think blue slime is a really pretty color, and that's something you put me on that I like disregarded your advice for years on. For years you've been telling me to fuck with blue slime, and I just like brushed it off like it was no big deal. And then when Meta stopped being available, I used it, and I used it how you told me to use it, which is like putting clear up on the inside of it, and it was a game changer. And it was because I had a blowout that I had done, and I wanted to make rod out of the blowout, and I sleeved a rod up inside of it, and man, it looked great. It looked similar to the Meta. That's 4. That's so 4. Nice. So I would say,
dude,
like,
I got some slime that I just clarified.
Blue slime, blue or regular?
Just regular slime. And dude, it's just sitting on my in my point block, and like it's right where the sun hits it at around like 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's just I just want to sit there and like drop to my knees and just start praying to it. It's just like, oh, dude, I'm telling you,
it's
man,
tubing.
Like,
it's tubing. It's tubing.
Should be worked.
It's tubing.
Like, honestly, what?
It's tubing you made. You're saying.
Yeah,
awesome.
Some clarified tubing.
Awesome.
All right, so
there was one more. Wait, there's one more. I would probably say Parallax or Potion. Matt said Parallax. I'm telling you, Potion and Parallax I like too. I think those colors are nice.
Okay.
But
all right.
but that go on. Continue.
Top 5 colors you absolutely hate.
Oh, okay. I would say blue slime crucible tubing. That's a good one. The crucible tubing version of blue slime is tricky to work. It's not my number one worst hated color, but it's in the top 5 because of how recently I've used it. I would say that Mediterranean is also one of my most hated colors because of how hard it is to work. But I love the color, so that's 2. I would say
it's kind of the same way.
Oh, opaline, opaline, like, number 3, opaline. There it is.
You want to cry. It's just so beautiful, you know?
Tonic. Cooper says tonic. Tonic, in the way of good colors. Tonic is also very nice. Tonic reminds me of Meta as well. On 4 and 5, I love tonic. On 4 and 5, here's a tonic. I actually have a tonic cap right here. And it's very similar. It looks good. But
yeah, looks great.
I would say like 4 and 5 for most hated colors. I would say I really don't like a lot of the like opaque greens. Like I have that Indian green. Like I have a stash of that, probably like 8 or 9 pounds. But nothing I don't use opaques in general a lot because they're difficult to work. And then 5 I would say would probably be it's not even just one color. I hate bad batches of first quality color. A lot of these companies recently, I won't even say names, but a lot of these companies recently have been releasing color that should be considered occasional or second quality, and we will get it in first quality pounds, and it's annoying as all could be, dude.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
So my fifth and final answer, it could be the number 1 answer though, to what is my most hated colors out there. It would be bad color in a first pound or a first quality pound. That's my most hated option.
That's a horrible color.
Yeah. And that's 4 questions. That's 4 questions, just so we're keeping track. 4 questions. So now you're on 5.
Well, I've got more than 7 then.
That's good. That's good.
Favorite non-glass activities.
Okay. Yeah, you know this. I've been playing disc golf recently, which I absolutely love. It's so much fun. And I heard someone say it yesterday. It's like hiking, but with something involved, like in the hike, which I love. I love that idea. Like you're doing more than just like digging spiders out of the air that are trying to attack you and like as you like cross their path, you know. And it's like fun. And I'll tell you this: a lot of guys recently, like as I'm watching the sport evolve in the past just couple months of watching it, just in a couple months, there's a lot of people that really respect the game for being played in the woods. And there is nothing more I don't even know what I'm trying to think of the word the other day to describe this, but there's nothing more grasping. I would say this is the only way I can put it, like grasping the essence of the game. There's nothing more that grasp the purity. There's nothing more pure. That's a good word. There's nothing more pure in the game of disc golf than playing it in the woods. Nothing more pure than that. And so recently, and not even just recently, in the past few years, a lot of people have been taking on ball golf courses and playing disc golf on them, like in the midst of ball golf taking place. And there's nothing wrong with those courses. I actually recently played one in Vegas. very fast and skippy. Like if you land something on the golf ball fairways, the disc continues going, skipping and stuff. A lot of like wind issues playing on these open courses. You're playing in the environment that golfers would normally play in. So you're playing to those standards. Where what I'm telling you is playing in the woods, dude, like rocking a tree 5 feet off the tee pad and laughing at yourself. There's nothing more awesome than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I and then your homie gets up there and he's like, "Oh, let me show you how it's done," and he hits the same fucking tree. There's nothing more hilarious than that. I literally have not laughed as hard as I have ever laughed in my entire life recently playing disc golf, and I think that's what has kept me up with it. Another sport which I picked up in the past few years with COVID and having to have social distancing is airsoft, and you recently have gotten into airsoft too, and man, it is so much fun. It's and a lot of people talk to me about it, and they're like, "Oh, you're into the military," and I'm like, no. I kind of like playing video games, and I feel like that's the closest thing airsoft resembles is like playing like Halo team deathmatch or like Call of Duty team deathmatch. Like, and there's a bunch of LARPers out there too sometimes, which I'm totally cool with. Like, I absolutely love seeing like a guy with a Nerf sword and a pirate costume like running through the map.
The last game
I love
was
that.
played out like on the last one, dude. Like one of the guys, like one of the older dudes, who's like one of my homies. I came up, I rushed into the building and like I just got this dude. Didn't even notice. I snuck up behind him, and as soon as I'm like, "Oh, sorry, man, I was a little too close. I should have just yelled bang bang instead, you know." As soon as I did this, homie just comes out of nowhere with a plastic knife. Ah! Dude got me.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, "I get you with this knife, you're banned."
Bro, that's hilarious.
But no, man, it's really fun. It really is, dude. It like getting yourself into sort of like team working scenarios in unlikely situations with, frankly, a lot of times unlikely individuals, you know, and like, you know, that rushing moment, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
It's very like your heartbeat's going, you're like sprinting as fast as you can, like. And like the funny thing is, dude, is there's not enough situations in our lives on a day-to-day basis, and like we're animals, right? We're human beings. We're supposed to be running for our lives at least like once or twice a day, you know, and we don't really get to do that, you know, as much. And I mean, we could. I'm sure for a lot of people, they have situations like that, you know. I'm sure like a lot of guys in the military, for instance, are fucking running for their lives a whole bunch, you know, But, you know, us as, like, regular, you know, folk, you know what I mean? Just going out and doing stuff, you know, having airsoft is highly underrated. It really is.
Yes.
You get back and you're just like, dude, I work as hard as I do for, like, every second Saturday. Every 2 weeks, you know, every 2 weeks on that Saturday is when a game goes for, like, 4 or 5 hours. At your field,
you're saying.
Yeah, at the field up the road, you know. And I come back and I just work so hard just so I can just like have that day to just have that, because it's turned into like quite the ritual now.
I'm with you. And
it's a really good release, and it gets your adrenaline going. It's like its own weird medicine. It's kind of fun.
You guys have a speedball field, which is more paintball oriented, and then you have like what would be considered like they call it like simulation or like a
it's like an urban simulation. It's kind of out here. It's not like heavy military simulation, but they have some hyperball fields, which are like small fields with a bunch of like barriers, like in a small compact area. So it's like makes games kind of quick. But like these other fields that like, you know, like the ones here, they're just like in the middle of like that urban like simulation kind of vibes. Yeah. It's pretty cool. You know,
we have a field that's like Connex containers, like shipping containers, and then they're all like laying up on top of each other and stuff, and some of them you can run up to, like up into. But yeah, I absolutely love it. Avery is asking DSG or HPA. When he says DSG, he's saying like dual sector gear AEG, so like an electric based gun, or HPA, which is like high pressure air is what that's considered. Running
Yeah.
both, and
AEG.
you run AEG currently, but you're interested in HPA. I generally run both. I have AEG and HPA. The AEG I generally run is a DSG.
Yeah.
The HPA that I run is generally on a pistol or a rifle.
Yeah, yeah, dude, last time I was hiding underneath the bus, I just straight sprayed this guy's ankles. He's like, I've never seen anybody do that. I'm like, that's because people aren't committed enough. All right.
My favorite move though, my favorite move on that. Do you guys play Infected? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
I love playing Infected. That's like one of my favorite game modes. If you were to ask me game modes, I love playing Infected. It keeps you going. You get to turn into a zombie if you get shot, which is no big deal, and then you're on their team. We also play, like, I think they call it like Canada versus America or something, and you have to like get if you're on Canada, you have to get your Canadian injured player. Like, they designate one player who gets like a riot shield, and you got to get him into a helicopter, like an American helicopter on another side.
We haven't played that one. That's awesome.
It's fun, dude.
Awesome.
I love it.
All right. This one's an interesting one.
Avery says he has a Polar Star and an HPA tapped high kappa he hasn't touched in 2 years. I have probably like 30 high kappas, maybe like 20 high kappas, and I have like 5 or 6 Glocks, and I have 3 Polar Stars. I have 2 Polar Star F2s. I have a Kythera, which is like, dude, you don't even know about this, but this is probably HPA right up your alley. They make an HPA motor now called the Kythera. It is a non-battery operated HPA gun. So like it runs like a real gun where it has an actual sear and disconnector that actually rehooks onto the main housing of it and resets it. So basically what I'm telling you is like, even when you run HPA, you generally would still need a battery.
And for the people that don't play airsoft, HPA is high pressure air.
High pressured air, yes. So it's something to look into. Polar Star Kythera. It's a great option for someone who like wants to go. It's just affordable. It's like a $200 HPA engine. It's very cheap. But yeah, dude, I absolutely love playing airsoft, and it's something I've held off for a few months just because I've been working a ton. But there's nothing like it. The last time we actually played together, it was kind of weird. It was indoor, and it was with a bunch of young kids that were like way too aggressive. And then, it's
not really fun to play against kids, honestly.
Yeah. Like, it's better to play with grown men. And then literally,
exactly.
and then we played, but we did play together in Florida, and it was awesome. I had a great time in Florida, we
had a blast.
I ran HPA. Yeah, Florida was tight, dude. I ran HPA pistol the whole time in the woods. And you ran an AEG, I think it was a KWA Mod 1 is what it's called. And then Tyler had a Mod 2, maybe it was vice versa. But those are like just similar, like SMG style, or like I guess they would call it like SBR style rifle, you know? But, man, you know what's perfect, and I feel like Florida is very popular for this play, is playing with like a bolt-action sniper. And I was telling you that the other day. I think
everybody wants to be a sniper, man.
Yeah. Everybody does, and it's because of these crazy videos on YouTube.
You have to have a big enough field.
Well, you have to have a big enough field. I feel like you also need to have a backup, like, rifleman with you.
Yeah, that too.
Like, you need a homie. You need a homie who's playing rifle next to you. You know. But anyways, though, next question.
So, piece of advice you'd give to your younger self.
Oh, okay. This is good. You just asked this one. Cooper. Is it Cooper? I'm scrolling up in the comments. I think Cooper asked this too. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, Avery asked this. As an artist taking a risk to grind out your craft and make a name for yourself in your industry, what tip would you give your 19-year-old self now that you're doing it?
There you go. Nice.
Okay. I would say that at 19, I was this motivated to be where I'm at now. And it's funny. I've been listening to podcasts. You listen to podcasts as well. You enjoy books on tape and podcasts, correct?
Yeah. We call those audiobooks.
Audiobooks. Okay. I listen to. I'm old, dude. I listen to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I listen.
What's on DVD?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Audiobooks, and podcasts. I listen to podcasts as well, but I generally am listening to podcasts in the Polar Star dropping on a Crytek. That's the move. I have a Crytek actually. That's one of my Polar. Yeah. Or no, I have a Polar Star. Or I have a Crytek SSG. Avery's still talking airsoft here. I listen to podcasts that are influential on what I'm into at the time. So like very clearly right now I've been listening to some disc golf podcast. There is an airsoft podcast that I was listening to recently too, and SYG, which is like a very common team in airsoft, like for Speed QB, like they're the company known for creating Speed QB. They speak a lot about they have a podcast episode that I listened to recently, and they speak a lot about their brand and what they're doing and where they're going and shit. I've always and just recently, the reason I brought up the disc golf podcast, today I listened to a disc golf podcast and they were interviewing a girl, Paige Pierce, big time pro player. She crushes it, dude. But she has been pro and she has some crazy number like 14 titles, like world titles for winning competitions and stuff. She's got her own brand, own company, and she's at the point now where she's like talking about in the podcast. She's talking about buying a house with cash and shit. You know, she's very comfy and stoked on life, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that when I was 19, I was pushing myself at 19 to be self-sufficient. When I was probably like when I was 18, I got a tattoo, and I got kicked out of my house for getting this tattoo. My parents were like, time for you to go. If you can afford a tattoo, you can afford to live on your own. So,
what is it?
Yeah, well, not even which one is it. They were like, you can afford a tattoo. You can afford to live on your own. Time to pack your shit up. Oh, my arm. It's like this full woman, but it's not done at all. It's just been being worked on.
You know what's really funny is I have
Same
something similar along that lines, and it's like similar story, and that tattoo isn't finished either. That's the sublime.
You know what? And I hate to say it, but I almost never got it finished because I was at such hate for the situation and how it took place that it made me not going to finish. Because I've gotten tons of work done since.
Oh yeah, no, I feel you, dude. I feel you 100% on that.
I just never went back to that. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, no, very relatable.
So yeah, I got that tattoo at 18. My mom was like, time to leave, you know? And it was very good that she did that because if anything, it put me in the mentality of like, yo, I need to figure out how to get it. And I was working in retail at the time. So I worked in retail from like 16 to 19 in management positions. So like my mindset at 19 was like, yo, you don't have much of a chance if you don't figure this out in the next couple years. And my brother invited me to that job, and I had no clue what I was getting myself into. And then, you know what really I think set it off was like I worked for the Morian Arts Center, which is the Chihuly collection as well. Yeah, and I saw a lot of these checks that they were like, I was the guy that opened the mail and then like designated like what went where and shit in the mail, not the mail room, but the front desk. That's kind of the job of the person at the front desk. I would open checks from nonprofit like payments. Like these companies stay alive by donating money to nonprofits, and they get mad tax write-offs. Bank of America, all these crazy companies. Duncan McCullen is also a nonprofit, and I saw the success that these guys were having. Not that I wanted to be a nonprofit, but I saw this happening, and I was like, holy shit! There's tons of success in this field, and it's fun as hell. And I don't have to go back to like being up every morning at 9 a.m. and working till 9 p.m. for some like bullshit salary. And I'll tell you this: I recently heard this. Salary is what they tell you to get you to forget about your dreams. Like salary is like when someone tells you like salary is like good money, they're getting you to forget about your dreams, dude. So it's like, unless you're getting paid and you're being excited about how you're making the money, it's almost like the passion isn't there, you know? So, and I'm not saying that money is where you're passionate about, but dude, you got to be happy, and you got to be able to get yourself out of being sick and out of starvation, and you got to get yourself out of not having a car, because I hate to say it, dude, as many people that are like, fuck cars, I'm sorry, dude, it is how you go to the post office. It's how you take tons of packages to the post office. It's how you get there. You can call and have a pickup, but that's difficult if you don't have a house, you know? So it's like money helps you early on, especially, get yourself in the right position. And I'll tell you, from 19, I was pumped to make work and sell work. And I've talked about this before. Like, I took tons of classes. You did too. I took tons of classes at Tobacco Leaf, which is kind of where you live now. You live in that area of that spot, and you moved up there taking classes and working in that studio with me as well. And I'm telling you, to take classes and advance yourself in glass, you had to be successful. There was no other way to get in those classes.
And you would think that comes naturally.
It does not come naturally.
It
does not come naturally. So at 19, I was pumped. Like, what would I tell my 19-year-old self? You're gonna do it, bro. And it's funny. It's funny, but you know Russell? Obviously, you know Russell. Russell went to my mom's. My mom has a store that's kind of like I would say it's like a bohemian, like new age style shop. Like, she carries some glass items, a lot of incense, a lot of tapestries, a lot of mixed cultural stuff. Okay, Russell was there one day talking to her and made a comment where he was like, "Oh, Jared's gonna do great in this industry." And I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck is this guy? I don't give a fuck what this dude says. Like my mom was like, Russell stopped then and said that you were going to be great in this industry. I'm thinking to myself, fuck Russell. Like, this is, at this time, this dude had like, I'd only had one interaction with the guy, and he like came up to my bench and like swiped a lighter off my bench that I was using. I turned around, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, that's the most unsafe spot to have that. And I'm like, dude, it's dead. And he's like, it could still blow up. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. And he like gave me it back, and I put it in my pocket, and he goes, that's the second worst place you could put that. And I was like, this motherfucker, dude. Like, it pissed me off so hard, dude, at the time, because I was just like young and like a little bastard about it. But it was stupid to be pissed off about that, you know? But long story short, after he went and showed me love, I came back being like, I don't give a fuck if this dude showed me love. He like gave me this bullshit about this stupid lighter, you know? But God bless him, I didn't blow myself up, you know? But that being said, I would tell my 19-year-old self, bro, go fucking get it, you know? Like, you're gonna be exactly where you want to be, as long as you. And I've heard people say this. I heard someone say this. I don't know who it is that said it. God, I wish I'd taken a picture of it. There's a quote that says, like, you've heard this bullshit quote. Some girl told you this. Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, at least you'll hit the stars. Please tell me you've heard it.
I mean, I think I've read it in like a bathroom.
Who is it? It's like Ernest Lee or some shit, right?
Yeah, no, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Someone important said that, or it's in a book or something. Okay.
It's on a tramp stamp or something.
Yeah, it's on a tramp stamp. Exactly. I would have said. I would have said that to my 19-year-old self, bro. Shoot for it, because you're gonna get it. Or you're going to try to get it, and you're going to work your ass off, and at some point you will. Yeah. At some point you'll go hungry. You know what's funny is my brother, and this is something I always remember and I always tell people. My brother told me this way early on. If you can figure out how to make $10, like a $10 item, you can feed yourself double cheeseburgers for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, this dude eats double cheeseburgers every day? Like, that's what I thought when he told me that. But what the dude's telling me is that if you can make $10 a day, you can at least feed yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Live out of a van and feed yourself. So there's obviously a point where you decide, yo, this is not working out. But man, I never.
Jimmy, I hate to stop you. Can I pause?
Yeah, you're good.
1 second?
I just never wanted to die. I just never wanted to die. Long story short, yo, I'm gonna look at some of these comments here. Cooper says, "Old man lurks with his tapes." Yeah, I got the tapes, baby. Pros are on another level. Josh is here. Pros are on another level. Who else do we got in the stream?
Okay.
The tattoo. Okay, sorry, I'm going over this. Salary is basically telling you there's no need to grow. Salary is basically telling yourself there's no need to grow. Moral of the story, don't be a Russell. I'm telling you straight up, I never expected myself to brand myself until probably like 4 years in, and I saw Coil Condenser. I saw him branding himself. I saw Elbow branding himself. I saw Saki branding herself. I saw all these artists in our industry branding themselves, and that's really, if anything, I would go back and tell my 19-year-old self, brand yourself early on. That's the most important thing I would tell myself at 19 is find something. Yeah. Find something. And Cooper says it was Neil Armstrong that said that. The Shoot for the Moon sign. I'm telling you, his name is like Ernest Lee or something, and I only know that because it's at the gym that I go to. At the gym I go to, above the water fountain, they have that sign, and it says that. And I was getting water today, and I looked up, and I was like, son of a bitch, I just heard that also recently. But, yo, I'm telling you, 19-year-old self, what would I tell myself? Decide on something that you can stick with and brand yourself with while developing technique separately. So, like, develop technique in private. But once you have developed a technique and you can build it into a concept and a branded item, start branding yourself. And then as you continue to learn, like, don't just make something on top of never trying it. Like, try it out a few times, nail the technique, and then start to apply it into that brand over and over and over again. And that will be the most success you could find, I feel like, in our industry at least. I feel like the most success you could have in our industry is one of two ways. Heavy production, which I also did a ton of. And I think at 19 I was telling myself that production, I could live off the rest of my life off production. And then the second thing I would tell myself is, while doing all this production, try and brand yourself on something. But I didn't tell myself about the branding until probably 4 or 5 years in.
Yeah.
And you're an interesting character as well in our industry in the way of branding yourself, because you for so many years developed your own techniques, but you would try and initiate pieces with these techniques without branding. For years you did that. For years. I can look at so many pieces early on that you had ideas on that you either, and the cups are one of them. You were making cups like fucking 7-8 years ago, and you stepped away from them when that, and then there was like very clearly and I always bring this up, there's that little like barrel juice looking piece that had the like, it was all internally fed and like fed through Gilperk's recycler, and it looked like a barrel juice.
Oh, you're talking about the Medina Bloom?
No, you never made this piece. You never actually made this piece. It was just the tester of the idea of using Gilperk's to create uptakes. It looked like a little grenade or something.
No, I did do that. I made that.
Oh, okay, you made a couple of them?
Yeah, I still have that. It's the weirdest thing, but it was somehow a recycler still, but yeah.
Well, it had a drain tube in the middle of it. And then it was a cline coming out, I believe. Or no, it was a gill. It was like a gill coming out of it.
No, it was oh man, I don't get too technical.
You know who does something similar to that and has branded themselves on it is Ryan Crafted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And yo, have you and there's another dude who makes those that like similar to that on the lathe, where that's a similar feature as well. But man, I remember you doing that way early on, and like not necessarily not running with it, but man, interesting like item to have made and not branded yourself on. But you've always done that, and then just recently you have also found the like, wow, I could survive for the next 10 to 15, maybe even the rest of my life off of developing this brand and having it be bought and sold.
A lot of it was just scratching itches, you know. But
Avery, real quick, Avery, he actually affiliates himself in Illinois with Z Vapor and Smoky Bros. Avery is saying, Lerk, I was able to put you on blast in person about pumping out some puff tops, but while we are here, where are the Soji Puffco tops? Okay, so when I was at the show, they want Lerk heads that are Puffco attachments, that are just straight Lerk head that plugs right into the Puffco. They're saying right now they want you to do a Soji cup that plugs right into the Puffco.
Oh man, it's so ironic, isn't it?
Are you in on this?
Yeah, man, of course. I'd be down with it, but it's just
barrel juices are still available. Cooper says barrel juice is so nice. I miss that. You can still get barrel juice. I know this for a fact. Where do you get them? I'm going to give you the insider tip. Dollar General, specifically Dollar General carries barrel juices. And God, they are nothing but high fructose corn syrup and fucking like food coloring, I think, if anything, dude. It's like it's like artificial flavor, food coloring, and high fructose corn syrup. It's not like the blue is not actually blueberry. It's some sort of flavoring and blue dye, I believe.
It's delicious. I just saw somebody the other day that has one of those tattooed to their neck.
Oh my God, I seen a neck tattoo tonight on Instagram. Not to bring this up randomly, but I have to. I'm not even going to tell you where it was, but I'm going to tell you it was I'm not even.
You
I
should
can't
put it
take.
on Instagram.
What? I'll send it to you on Instagram so you can see it because
Okay.
it was a. I'll tell you this. It was a spot we ended up in during Vegas last year. And yeah, and long story short, I added them. Homie, I don't know who did it. Don't even want to say. Don't even want to go too far because these dudes might hunt me down. But very clearly, dude, the homie got the tattoo on the back of the neck of a name, not centered. It was like just a hair off to the right. And it's like, son of a bitch, dude. If you're going to go neck tat, I think right here is the move. Do not go directly center. It is
Either
hard.
there or you do the Bradley.
The throat.
Noel.
That's a throat. Yeah, what's it called? What's it called?
The Bradley Noel. You know, like the
Oh
lead
my
singer
God.
from
I would have called it the throat.
the throat.
The throat tattoo. But what I'm telling you is the name. If you're going to get a name, like I think right here is the best spot.
Like it would be a good spot if I were to do a neck tattoo. I would do. I'm gonna get my leg blacked out. Once it gets colder.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a kid that used to get so much tail in high school, like so much, dude, and he was neck tatted up at like 16.
That'll do it.
I can't
That'll
remember
do
his
it.
name. I can't remember his name, but he always ran a fade. Do you know fade numbers?
What?
Do you know the numbers on a fade? Like when you go to a barber and you're like, I want
haircut?
to,
Yeah.
you're like, I want a 2-3.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
homie would run the Caesar, which is like a 1, 2 to like a 4 or a 5. Like you skip a couple numbers and it's like a little bit. Yeah. Like kind
That's
and
an aggressive cut.
yes. And then if you do it the right way, you can like blow it out. I guess is what it's called, a blowout, where you like get it all like kind of spiked up. But homie was running neck tats at 16, 17 in the blowout, crushing it. Meanwhile, I'm like the biggest loser, dude. Literally the biggest loser in high school. But well, different story for a different day. What was the question?
Advice to your younger self.
That wasn't the question.
I think it has to be because it wasn't the next question.
We said something else here. Oh, we were talking about Puffco tops. Okay, yo, we're gonna make Puffco tops. We're gonna make a Lerk. I'm gonna do a Lerk head, and Soji is going to do Soji cup at some point. And honestly, I'll be really.
I just got a word back from Chris just a couple hours ago. He said he's gonna push me up on the list and try to get me my lathe here in the next few months.
That's great.
Yeah, thank God. Right.
I hope I get one too because my lathe is leaving in November. So if I don't get one by November 11th, then I'm going to be without a machine. Is kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I told myself was I would do a bunch of prep work beforehand and just sit on it.
Yeah. That's what I was hitting him up about in the first place. You know what I mean? And I was like really clear. I was like, I'm not trying to rush you, dude, because that's the last thing I'm trying to do. I want to just know about when, so that way I can go prep up, so that way I have things ready for these orders. You know what I mean? That I have to rely on the lathe for. You know. Okay. Next question.
What color did you decide on? I decided on the color
What color? Wait.
of the lathe.
Oh, I still haven't thought.
I hit it. I hit it.
I can't find an opalescent white. I really want to. I don't want to get a sparkle. I want to get opalescent, like an oil slick color.
I hit him with. I get what you're saying, like an abalone.
Yeah, like an abalone. Yeah.
But what white abalone? White abalone. That's what it should be called.
Yeah.
White
like
abalone.
A white abalone, but I also found this like blurple color.
That's what you need to ask homie. You need to say, I want white abalone. And he's going to be like, oh, of course.
Abalone.
He's going to say that's all you had to say.
I'm trying to get the abalone.
I want a white abalone with Parmesan.
Dude, this one's my favorite one, okay?
Do you want to hear what color I decided on?
What? Sorry. Yes, let's hear it. I'm bad.
I hit him up and said, I want the green rainbow. Like, do you remember the one at the show that was like green rainbow?
Yeah. It was like chameleon-like.
I said, no. The green sparkle.
Yeah, it was green to orange sparkle.
No, that one was the middle. I'm talking about the one that was in the inside of the.
Okay,
it was green with fucking glitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I told him I want the purple version of that. He sent me a picture. Let me show you real quick. He sent me a picture.
one like that, right?
No.
What kind of purple?
No, that's what I'm telling you. The purple he sent me. Yo, we're bringing it up right now. Vertigo Glass. You should sponsor our show and give us a free lathe. each. Yo, go get a Vertigo lathe. These things are sweet. I own a lathe from 1968. It's a Litton HSA. It's an amazing machine, absolutely amazing. I'm actually selling it to an artist in Florida. However, I recently stumbled onto Chris's machines in person, and I felt them out, and I love them. So, yo, here it is. It's transparent purple on the metal that makes it similar to that green, and then he's adding the sparkle. So here's you have to understand what you're looking at. It's called transparent candy purple powder coat, and then he's shooting the rainbow flake sparkle over it, and he's using the micro sparkle, which is the size of like tiny crushed opal. Transparent purple on silver, on like silver metal.
Oh, that's gonna look cool.
I don't know if you probably can't appreciate it. I'm gonna send it to you in a DM. I'm sending it to you in a DM right now. I'm literally sending it to you in a DM, just so you can have a good look see. But that being said, I'm excited for it because I said to him, I want the green, I want that purple version of the green one, and he kept putting me on some purple tones that I was like, no.
Oh yeah, that's dope. That looks like the GTT purple.
Yes, it looks like it's anodized.
Yeah, it does look like it's anodized.
It's not. It is transparent purple powder coat.
That's dope.
So
That's dope.
We're about to go there. And I did reach out to him about anodizing my Chuck wheels.
Yeah.
You may not have sweaty hands. I have extremely sweaty hands, and I've seen someone's machine recently out here rusted over.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I live in the most humid of areas. That's my biggest concern.
So the hand wheels, the only thing I saw that I was like concerned with was the rust accumulating on these hand wheels. I will tell you that a lathe guru, Red Star Machines, who builds master crafted machines with like the base of his lathes are an I-beam from a bridge. He put me on a rust remover for like when you just start to notice there's an issue. Maybe like once a month you do this on the Chuck wheels. It's a gun polishing cream that you would use to remove like rust off of metal parts on a gun to keep a gun nice and clean and not rusty at all. Like on an old like steel style rifle or something. So long story short, this cleaner would work, but I don't want to have to do that. I'd rather have anodized hand wheels that don't rust over because they're anodized. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, though, next question. We're stoked on the lathe. We both are.
All right. Is this all a simulation?
Yes. Yes. I think so.
Two happiest moments. Because I mean, Sarah was like two happiest moments, and I'm like, honestly, I think the happiest moment in anyone's life is when they're born, right?
I can't remember that. That's definitely not the happiest.
Yeah, but I mean, it's probably you were probably really happy.
I would say the happiest. I was probably scared shitless. I would say the happiest moment of my life, in the way of glass specifically, I would say would be when I first got a GTT. I was very extremely happy, like getting it and figuring it out, and stoked to have that beast of a torch.
That's good, but what about life?
In life, I would say happiest moment in life accumulated up to right now. Every day is the happiest day. I try to make it that way. I would say that, if anything. But, like, I try to stay positive every day I can, but some days are rough and shitty. But, yeah. But happiest day, I would say, would probably be, like, people would be like, the day my mom and dad got married. That wasn't really I wasn't, like, stoked on.
Yeah, no, whatever. Hey, one of my favorite ones is that first Wagyu that I had when we were out there. God, that was
oh my God, I had some amazing Wagyu just a couple days ago. If you get a chance to go to Illinois and chill at Z Vapor and Smoky Bros, you got to Avery, pop in and drop the name of the restaurant. Avery was there with us. Avery, tell me the name of the restaurant. It's called like it's not Rococo. If someone says Rococo, it's not Rococo. It's called like Rago or Raco or something like that. Dude, it was a steak and sushi house that was all halal approved meats. And Matt says the day you lost your virginity was the happiest day of your life. Bro, Matt, I was scared shitless. Matt, I was scared shitless on that day. And in fact, I remember this very clearly. when that happened, I think I told my parents I was leaving to go get ice cream, and we went and did it. We went
They
and did
just
it.
didn't realize.
Yeah, no, we went and did it, but then we went and got the ice cream.
All right. Well, yo, congratulations. Like, your follow-through game is good.
Came through with the ice cream. Okay, Avery dropped the name Rook Accor. Rook Accor. Bro, this spot was insane, okay? And Roka Accor. Yo, Avery and I, but bro, Avery, I don't know if you ever ordered the pork belly. Dude, pork belly turns like newbies to the meat game, to the fine meat game. Pork belly turns them off. And in general, halal level, like religious halal based foods, you don't eat pork. Like that's not something you go for, you know? However, it was on the menu and I hit it, dude. And it was just pork belly sliced up and kind of like a sweet hoisin sauce, you know?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. It was basically pork belly buns, but without the bao bun, you know? So it was fire. Like we were eating cutlets of pork belly and shit. And then long story short, though, we had the Wagyu.
Oh, okay.
And they served it with like a, you didn't need a steak sauce or anything, of course. But like people are like, you put steak on that? No, or you put sauce on it? You put fucking A1 on it? What the fuck are you doing? Okay, what I'm telling you is we got the Wagyu, but the sushi we ordered came with
steak sauce without this steak.
You get what I'm saying? You know how people will say that? People will be like, I can't believe you destroyed that by putting A1 all over.
That's like someone being like, yo, does anybody have a metal screen for this?
Yes.
Dude, the steak sauce for the Wagyu.
Yes. Okay, now, but let me be real with you.
But
let me be real with you. It reminded me almost of like a like pork tenderloin, but obviously it's not pork, it's steak, you know. But that kind of like softness of the meat, it was so good.
Dude, it's
But yo, I'm telling you, if you go to Illinois, you got to eat at this spot because this spot Wagyu was on the level of the first time at Momofuku, and I know you didn't like it the second time. We just went to Momofuku 3 weeks ago, and it was insane. We all got steak, and it was fucking perfect. And I also got
Are they going back to their old supplier? Or are they?
I don't know. It was amazing. Everything was amazing. But I will tell you this: I always drink Casamigos. That's like my go-to tequila, right? And they were telling me that I got the last drop of Casamigos, and they had no more bottles, and that there was a crazy shortage of it, which was interesting.
Interesting.
But Momofuku's the shit, bro, and I love their pork belly buns. Once again, I ordered like 3 orders of them. You know. Yo! What about while we're on the topic of the food and good food between you and me? How about that fucking ramen I put you on?
Which
you were just here.
Oh man, when I was out in Colorado last.
Was it good?
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah.
Uncle Ramen, of course, dude. If you're a heady boy of any sorts, if you get down on the heady Denver vibes at all, you've been to Uncle, or a homie has been like, let's fucking burn a dab and then go to Uncle. You know it's happened, okay? Because we've all been there. We hit Uncle. They got pork belly buns, and they also have soft shell crab buns. Please tell me you had that. Did you have that?
I had one of them.
Yeah, well, you can only get one because there's 2 on a plate, and we didn't order more. We should have ordered more. Next time you come out, I want to order more.
Yeah, that was an amazing time. That was so good.
Yo, any more questions? I know you got at least one more.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is the last one, and it's a really good one.
It's the last one, and then we're going to look at a couple here in the comments.
Someone gives you $1 million, tells you you need to have it doubled in a year. How do you do it?
Oh my God, that's so hard. Probably
a good one, right?
I would probably start by, I would assume, like buying some cheap, inexpensive real estate in a booming area, and like, you know what everybody's doing in Denver right now, and this is probably really profitable for a millionaire to invest in and try to come up on $1 million. I would say this is probably one of the bigger things of 2 that I could choose from. I would say buying some sort of a property in like the Denver area or a booming city, like small house, and they're destroying the living shit out of them, and building like a 4 or 5 story, like a 4-story duplex style housing out of them. And then now you have like 4 or 5 tenants within this this little corner area that was just a house in a neighborhood. But that's taking over in our city and state. Beyond that, I would say man, it sounds crazy, but the I just came out of working heavy in like the basketball card stuff, and just God, I want to say maybe within the past couple of years, there's certain cards you could have bought in the $20,000 to $50,000 range, and now have flipped for $100,000 to $200,000. So that probably would have been a cross investment. You know what else I would say, and I know it sounds crazy, I might go into some sort of franchise of like Chick-fil-A's or something.
Good luck.
Yeah, right. Good luck. But
I just looked into that the other day. There was an article that went around a little while ago about how you could own a Chick-fil-A for $10K, and
yeah, I feel like that would, or something like Chick-fil-A, but like
yeah, and apparently it's like really hard to you could have all the money in the world, but you have to have like real strict credentials and
then we ain't owning Chick-fil-A, but it could be something
really
along those. It could be something along those lines, you know.
But okay, so you would open a restaurant,
or no, I wouldn't open a restaurant.
You buy a franchise.
No, I
restaurant.
hate. Yeah, I would probably buy it and just lease it to someone else. I fucking hate that shit. I probably wouldn't do that. I would say
so you would double it in a year.
No, I wouldn't. But I'm saying multiple investments. I probably would. But very clearly, what I am telling you is that in our industry, it's a great opportunity to dive into like a tool item, or maybe even like a torch item. So like I may or if like I know a couple people that do metal fabrication, and I've had some items fabricated in metal before. I would probably lean towards getting something manufactured that could suit, and I've said this, I don't know how many people are in here, 16 people. Someone's going to hear this and go make $1 million. All I want is a pat on the back, okay? All I want is a pat on the back. I would probably figure out a way, and I know everyone's going to say, oh, you can just get an electronic one, and that would, they've made those for years. They have them all over the country. Every frickin' location has an electronic version of this. I would want to design some sort of addition to the modern toilet that helps older people flush the toilet easier. And I understand that there is an electronic version that allows you to get up off your ass and have a sensor set that thing off and sweep the debris away. But what I'm telling you is very clearly, what I'm telling you is, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. What I'm telling you about very clearly is I have always had an idea to fabricate something that is a medical item, like a medical device that is an addition to senior citizens and older people's living, to help their living become easier. And I've always said an easier way to flush the toilet, even if it was just like a handle extension that could be added onto a modern lever. So yeah, something, you know, so that just something that is something that's not over. Well, I'm thinking a foot pedal. And I told Brian this. I told Brian this. I told Surf Rat Glass this. His foot pedal, the DOS pedal, is a perfect design to connect up to a toilet handle. And you could have the foot pedal kind of positioned out in front of you where when you hit down on the lever, it's pulling through a cable and pulling the lever down. And then when you go opposite, it's letting go of it.
That's a good move. That is a good move.
Yo, Cooper's saying the same thing right now. Couldn't you just have a foot pedal attached to a lever at the flush like a drum pedal?
Yeah. That's
what we're saying. Something similar to that is what we're saying.
Yeah.
But that being said, I would probably create my biggest thing, which is the last thing I said out of all those other stupid ideas. I would take probably out of the million, I would probably take 100 or 200,000 and go to work on designing and manufacturing a large scale production assembly line where it could be sold on like Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's called like Poops Away. The Poops Away foot pedal.
Oh, poopsie daisy.
Okay, Avery says $1 million idea for our industry is someone needs to come up with a compact freeze dryer for hash making that doesn't cost $3,000.
That is very true. Interesting. I was reading about the freeze drying thing just the other day.
I would use it for beef jerky. I told you this earlier. I told you this earlier.
This is a great time to roll out my new addition The beef jerky.
No one has a medicated beef jerky. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, we were just talking about that.
Well, no, okay. There's a guy, Garrett Girthy. He plays disc golf. He's from Florida. He looks like a straight Florida boy, bro. Like, wears like the long sleeve fisherman shirts that are like dry knit or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Like,
No. The young kid version of that. The young kid version of that is like a long sleeve that's made to like not like it's UV protective long sleeve. You know what I'm talking about? Come on, dude. You used to wear them when you rented jet skis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Well, no, but not skin tight. They're loose. They're like
like skin. Well, kind of.
The young fisherman kids wear them. You know?
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Okay, what I'm telling you is that he wears those shirts, this disc golf guy. But he's a Florida boy, bro. But he's making beef jerky and he's hustling it hard, and it's all connected to disc golf. But he has a whole commercial and shit and blah 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 blah. What I'm telling you is in our glass industry, you could manufacture a medicated jerky. Even just CBD jerky.
CBD jerky.
Nico says, or Matt Brodum says, regular M&Ms or peanut M&Ms. And Nico says peanut. I'm going to say peanut as well, but when it comes to just holding them in your mouth and savoring the flavor of the M&Ms, regular. I like to melt them down into a chocolate glob. But if it's peanut, we're crunching.
Yeah. You know, those crisps are pretty good. But
the crisps, do those still exist?
Or I would say peanut.
Does crisp still exist?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize they still made those. It was a blue bag.
No, crisp, but I mean like the M&M, like the like crispies on the inside.
I know what you're talking about. They're called M&M's Crisp, and they came out when we were probably like 12 or 13 they came out. Yes, I remember what M&M's Crisp are. They come in a blue bag. Okay, Cooper says he's seen some jerky at local smoke shops. Is it medicated, though? Legitimately? Oh, Zodicus says the pretzel M&Ms are fire.
Oh.
Pretzel sticks or cheesy poofs?
I mean, if you make them what do you call them? Like the honey onion?
No. Those are nibs.
No. I'm talking about the sticks.
I've never seen a cigar. I've never seen one. Never seen one.
You've never seen a honey mustard?
Are you referring?
Pretzel sticks?
I'm referring to the pretzel sticks that look like cigars.
Well, I mean, not all. I mean, there's other pretzel sticks.
No, I'm specifically talking about
small pretzels. So what are the small pretzel sticks?
I'm talking about the pretzel sticks that you get in the same container that the cheesy poofs come in. They come in a big barrel. Like a barrel that's like this big. It comes in a barrel like this big, and your mom's like, grab a pretzel stick and go hang out in the backyard when you're young. Or she pours you a couple cheesy poofs into a bowl.
I would say pretzel stick.
Okay, pretzel sticks. Okay, what I'm telling you, what you just referred to, I've only ever had is a Snyder's Bits and Pieces.
Yeah, Bits and Pieces are good. But
Honey
you never
mustard.
Had, like, the small pretzel sticks, like the small ones, like
Never. Rolling Gold is the name of the company, I think, and I've had theirs that it's just plain and it's like really skinny.
Hold on, we need to evaluate something here. The small pretzel sticks are like the size of like a maybe like a toothpick, a little thicker.
Okay. I've had those, but I've had regular. I've had just regular. I've had just regular.
I had to get to the bottom of that, man.
Okay, Avery says the blue bag is the pretzel M&Ms, not the crisp. What color is the crisp bag of M&Ms? Peanut is yellow. Black is regular. Blue is peanut, or blue is pretzel. What is crisp? Is it green? Is it red?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Cooper says he likes the sourdough pretzels. Okay, so let's run this down real quick. Is there any random questions? Someone hit us with a question that you want to know, possibly glass-wise, about me in the past 10 years. Most of the pretzel companies are located in Pennsylvania. Now we're getting on the topic of pretzels, dude. We're going hard on the pretzels. So as it appears, we have more pretzel lovers than cheesy poof lovers.
Yeah, dude. I mean, pretzels are. I mean, but
orange.
Do you know the ones I'm talking about? Like the honey mustard, little like pretzel stick.
Of course. I don't know them as honey mustard. I just know. I think the company is called Roll and
Right.
Gold. Roll and Gold, I think was the name of the company.
Gold.
I'm telling you, I know their toothpick-sized pretzel sticks, regular, salted.
Whatever.
That is it. That is all I know.
Hold it down. I'm good. I mean, my only complaint with cheesy poofs is that it just crumble away, man. I mean, they are delicious, dude. The white cheesy poofs.
Okay,
though.
cheese poof or cheese ball?
Cheese ball, cheese poof. I guess cheese.
Cheese ball.
Cheese ball. Yeah, I would say
Cheese
ball.
ball.
Sorry, I thought you were saying that was in the choice. With
Hetty
the pretzels.
Smokin'. Hetty Smokin' says the crisp are in a green bag.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, and Matt, the honey mustard and onion bits is Snyder's bits and pieces. And yes, those are the jump off. And let's take it to the real hood. Combos. Pizza flavored combos. Please tell me you've hit it.
I am, dude. Of course.
Okay.
You
Okay.
go for the pizzas, huh?
Johnny, you're not late. You're just in time, brother. Johnny says he got to the show a little late. Johnny, you are not late. You are just in time. Cheesy
We're talking about
cheese balls.
history.
Yeah, Johnny March, you got to answer the question. Cheese balls or pretzel sticks? No flavor option, just one or the other. It's yes or no question. Cheese balls or pretzel sticks?
White cheddar cheese balls, though.
Johnny March
white
has a
cheddar
question.
cheese
Was
balls.
wondering if you've ever worked with soft glass. I have worked with soft glass. I've made 1 cup out of soft glass, and that is it. Cooper says he can't do the pizza flavored anything.
Second that, man. I'll eat it, but it's like, I don't know.
Oh my
man.
God, 7-layer dip combos. Never had them. Gotta order some right now. Yo, this sounds fucked up. I found myself Amazon searching teriyaki beef jerky to order the other day, and then I thought about it. I've ordered food from Amazon before, and it showed up old. It was kind of funky, like it was outdated. Like I don't know where it came from, but it was outdated. But I will tell you this: why would beef jerky ever show up old? It doesn't really go old, does it? It's meant to not go old. It's like
consistencies for beef jerky.
It's like astronaut food, though. It's meant to stay good for like 30 years, I think.
Usually, yeah. Have you ever, dude? I was trying to tell you earlier. Have you ever tried a beef thin? They sell them at Whole Foods.
Beef thin. Never had a beef thin, but I would love to hit it. Have you had pre-cooked salmon?
Put me on these things.
Have you had pre-cooked salmon?
Yeah, like smoked salmon.
Just right off you can buy it pre-cooked at the store, like on a little hanger on the wall, and it comes like smushed across clear plastic, and you can scoop it out and put it on a cracker. Right off the skin. Right off the skin. It's already there. It's ready to go.
Smoked salmon.
I assume is what it is.
Yeah. I've had smoked salmon once.
Yo, hit me with it. Hit me with it.
I forgot what I was talking about.
Beef tips.
Oh, beef thins.
Hit me with the beef thins.
Dude, they're ridiculous. Man, I was leading up to them, and then
you told me Jeff put you on the beef thins. Tell me about
he did.
the beef
He put
thins.
me on the beef thins. They're expensive.
What is it? What's the flavor profile? Do they have a teriyaki version?
Oh man, it's so hard. But they're kind of like dehydrated beef jerky, but like really overly dehydrated. Yeah,
Dude,
it's pretty delicious.
They have teriyaki flavored.
I think it's like freeze dried, honestly.
Do they have teriyaki flavored?
I think so. Yeah.
I would hit it then. I would hit it because I'm a sweet and savory
Next time
guy.
we're at Whole Foods.
Sweet and savory. Oh, by the way, did you get the milk ice cream yet?
Did I get the milk ice cream yet?
You did.
Dude, you know it was like the first. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The birthday cake is my favorite.
The birthday cake is your favorite?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, and it's because I like the frozen birthday cake chunks in there. That shit set me off.
The birthday cake chunks are good, but man, they are, I don't know, a little overwhelming for me.
Let me ask you this. Were your birthday cake chunks hard to find?
No.
I went back and got a second container of the birthday cake. It had 1 or 2 bites of birthday cake maybe in it. The very first time I went, the thing was loaded with birthday cake chunks. And I told Rachel this. I said they're still figuring out, because Ben & Jerry's is very strict on how much to put in. They're still figuring out their serving sizes. Yo, we got to answer this glass question. Cooper says, do either of you use fresh air intakes on your GTTs or Herbies? Cooper, I do. On a Herbie, I use air compressor air on the Herbie, and I love it. What is your next question in regards to it? We have to know why you're asking. Do we use it? I do. Does Kyle use it? No. Okay,
Yeah.
and also while we're here, Nico says, are the older style or color combos from the past 17 or so Lerks something you would do again? Nico, all of the Lerks that I make this year are all one of one in some way or another. The past few years of making full body Lerks or making Lerk in general, I've made a lot of the same colors. Where like 2016, 2017, I made like 4 or 5 serum ones. I made 5 or 6 Crippy or Portland green ones, you know? But those were all single color or 2 color Lerks. This year, it's like crushed opal and gold ruby, crushed opal with gold ruby and gold amethyst, or like slime added in. So no, they're all different this year. When it comes to the numbered series of Lerks, they're all different. Johnny says he likes cheese balls over pretzel sticks. He showed up late. Johnny, this is a pretzel stick. This is a pretzel stick group only. No, I honestly, though, I never got to answer my answer. Cheese balls. I honestly probably, in the way of like going for it, I would go for more cheese balls in one sitting than I could pretzels.
See, I think you're thinking of the momentary. Is this like on an island is what you gotta eat?
No,
or just
if you were
cheese balls
sitting
or
down,
just
if
pretzels?
you sat down in front of a Rays game, because I know you're into baseball right now. Let's say you sat down in front of a Rays game and you had one snack item to grab, and there was only 2 things sitting there: pretzel sticks in a big barrel jar, because they come in the same container, dude. It's a barrel. It's a fucking barrel
Oh
container.
yeah, no, I know.
Okay, I'm telling you, if you had 2 options only, and they both came in the same size barrel, cheesy balls or pretzel sticks, the cigar length ones, whatever flavor, I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm telling you, I would choose cheesy balls because I could get more down in the time of having to sit there and wanting to snack.
I think this is where we meet our crossroads.
You're telling me?
A pretzel boy.
Oh my god! You and now I almost
I'm
am
a
tempted.
snacker. I'm a long-term snacker. I like to long-term snack.
Okay, so you would eat pretzel sticks slow. And honestly, let's be real. God, it sounds so strange. Did you ever you treat them like a cigar when you were a little kid? There's nothing like that flavor of like sucking in on a pretzel stick and blowing out like salty whole wheat flavor. You know what I'm talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about, dude. There's nothing similar to that. Like going, see? See? You know, you're like friggin' like a 1950s like New York boss. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
You know exactly what I'm referring to.
Yeah, you just light the end up with a torch.
Never
you know?
did that. But did you ever smoke? Did you ever smoke a pack of Smarties? Do you know about that technique, about taking Smarties when they're tight in the wrapper and like grinding the living shit out of it, and then you open the end like it's just a little air path, and you open both ends, I think, and then you can blow a fucking cloud. A cloud, dude. We used to do that. Yes,
I've never heard of this.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta show you this next time I see you. We used to do this in high school. I'm gonna have to make a YouTube video just of how to smoke a pack of Smarties, and people are gonna trip on this, dude. I'm gonna get so many views off that video. I guarantee it. Johnny says smoking.
God.
Johnny just jumped in. He says smoking Smarties was the worst. Someone at one point told me that it was a bad idea. Someone was like, it's not good to put like sugar dust on your throat and esophagus like that. But why is it not bad? You're gonna chew on them, dude. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, I don't know. Matt says pretzels remind me too much of sticks, and I don't like eating sticks. I'm with you, Matt. Johnny says cheese balls for the long term. Johnny wants to know, what do you have planned for the Vegas show, and is Soji coming? Dude, I wish you could come out to the Vegas show. It's on October 9th, but you cannot probably come to the Vegas show. But we're going to Vegas in February together. Cooper says pretzel boys for life. Sit down gang. Hashtag sit down gang.
The pretzel boys.
Here's what I'll tell you. Okay, next one. Would you do a pendant collab with another artist? We have both done pendant collabs. Have we done pendant collabs yet? Have you done one?
No.
Okay, we should have done a Soji connected to a Lerk head. Maybe you should send me a tiny, tiny one, and I'll put it on a pendant of a Lerk head. Like, I've done a larger Lerk head with a small Lerk head coming out of it as a pendant. I've done that 2 or 3 times. I have done collabs. I have a Surf Rat glass collab up here right now, and I think I've done like a Bambi collab. I've done a few other collabs. Let me see if there's any more questions here, and then we're going to move on to the raffle for the night. You have any more questions? Do you?
Me?
Matt Brodman says, hashtag never stand.
Tell me, man, once you plop down on a chair and you're at a show and then you're like watching everybody standing and dancing and stuff, and you're like, yeah, I remember those days too.
Yo.
Yeah.
Spooky says, this is easy. Cheese balls over cheese poofs or cheese puffs. Cheese balls over cheese puffs. All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, cheese balls over cheese puffs. Yeah.
And then he also says pretzel rods over cheese balls. That's you. You're good. No, we're all in the same.
Yeah, all right. See, my boy Spooky knows, dude.
Spooky's on your team.
I feel you, Spooky.
Spooky Squad. Hashtag sit down gang.
That's
Hashtag never stand. Hashtag sit down gang. Hashtag never stand. I absolutely love you all so much. Smoking Smarties had a kid collapse a lung from coughing and stuff in his lungs.
Jeez.
Should I not? Who's at my front door? Someone's at my front door.
Yeah, it's the FBI because they heard you were gonna start making videos on how to smoke Smarties.
No, it's freaking UPS coming at UPS is coming at 9 p.m. What the hell is UPS doing at 9 p.m. at my crib? Bro, I'll be real with you here. That was probably the strangest thing ever, smoking Smarties when I was young. At one point, I think we tried like hot cocoa powder just to see if we could like pull it in off the pack, like kind of like rip the pack barely open and then carb it on one side, open the other way, and be like, and see if we could just pull up, but it never worked properly. But smoking Smarties definitely worked. Yo, we're about to move on to the raffle, and then that's it. Johnny March next. Just so everybody knows, Johnny asked the golden question. This month is not a 3-month subscriber giveaway. Next month is the oil in my lungs protects me from the Smarties, Nico says. Hell yeah, Nico's good to go. This month is just a 1-month torch kit giveaway. Dark Nez Grows needs a Soji cup. Fire. Yo, Soji cup. Okay, so and I was gonna tell you this. We didn't finish talking about this. He Ubered some Del Taco. Del Taco is fire out here. There's always a Del Taco across from a Taco Bell out here. There's also another one called what is it called? Oh, man, I cannot remember. It's another taco space. They sell churros as a dessert item. It's hard to find churros. I might go get some after this. Also, we have a Wingstop in town that's open till midnight. I just found out about this. So I can get wings.
Shit.
Yeah, I can get wings now on the late night shift at like 11 o'clock at night. I can order some freaking garlic parms and some lemon pepper.
Nice.
Cooper, last question here. Two last questions. Avery, what were the first big ticket prices you guys made, and what was the collector who bought them? And what techniques did you have to learn to pull it off? I would say probably the most expensive piece that I've sold had Millitech in it, and the Milli technique was pretty advanced for me to do. And I learned it on my own. However, I did take classes to help along the way, but definitely self-taught on the Millitech. And it would be, I would say probably, I've done a couple Lerks that are way high up there in price, that are big ticket prices. And those were done with a lot of attachments. So 2 things that I've made good progress financially on, I would say pattern work and attachment work. Those are the 2 things that have really guided me to my nicest and most profiting pieces. And then your answer to that.
I mean,
function, maybe function. I think you sell function. That's my opinion, but I could be wrong.
The one piece that I did, the most involved piece I've done, but I haven't sold because I don't really want to, was the helmet, and I don't even know what to price that at. That got me flown out to California to
Oh, okay,
try and
okay.
get
So
onto
so
that
a
show.
large sculptural item that was also a Puffco attachment.
Yeah, the helmet. Yeah,
You have
yeah.
it. You have it right there. Yo, Avery, you got to look at this. Do you have a Puffco base there? You've never had one. You never had one last time.
No, I have one, but it just wasn't working.
Okay, but you have one to show where it plugs in.
I don't know where it is right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's not with the piece.
Yeah, it's not with it right now.
It's never
Yeah,
with it.
Yeah, but that was probably my most involved piece, and I had to learn a whole bunch of stuff along the whole realm of like building something a completely different realm, completely different from. I mean, I had done stuff similar to it before, but I had to develop jigs on how to like have things be repetitive, the exact same angles, so that they wouldn't drift in certain ways, and like jigs to like hold things into place. Yeah, a whole just insane amount of stuff I had to like.
Yo, that hasn't sold though.
It hasn't sold.
He
no,
wants to
that
know.
was
He
the
wants to
whole
know what's
concept
the
of
biggest
that.
ticket item. He wants to know biggest ticket item you sold. Not what the price of it was, but what was the piece? Why was it so important?
Uh, hmm.
Or it could be. I'm saying it could be two things. Like I'm telling you, my two big things were my biggest piece in the way of JB pattern work mini tube that sold as a set with a bunch of milli and all a bunch of parts with it, sold for quite a few bucks. And then a sculptural Lerk that had tons of Lerks attached to it.
I think for my first big ticket piece, which was like for me, like as I was growing up into glass, my first like big ticket piece I got was when I was doing the UV Sumerian writings and whatnot, and I was just starting to make like the micro lights a long time ago. That was like my first.
You had a collector directly buy it. I remember these. Was it not the one Brennan bought?
No,
He owns
no,
a very nice one.
No, my first one, I think Forward actually grabbed the first one.
Cooper, that's what I'm referring to as a chip stack
guy
type.
who grabbed the first one was it was Mr. fucking Smokes.
Okay. Classic. R.I.P. I don't even know if they're still open, but fuck them.
That's a whole story.
He hit me up. He hit me up at a trade show and said, "You don't remember what you said about me on that Germ comment, eh?" Because Germ made a post about how much of a shithead he was, and I commented saying, "Yeah, the dude broke a piece of mine at a trade show and then took the 3 days of the trade show to pay me for it. I was kind of concerned I wasn't going to get paid," which was the god honest truth. This dude was going around buying everybody's pieces, spending tons of money, and giving them cash in hand. Comes over to my booth, picks something up, dropped it, and it broke. He literally dropped it, and it fucking broke, dude. And I told him that he needed to pay me for it. He could have the piece, but he needed to pay me for it. So he took the piece and then took 3 days to pay me and he was in the midst of paying all these other people out. Fuck that dude. I don't know what happened to him.
He kind of gave me the shaft as well.
I don't think anybody fucks with him anymore. I don't think he has a store. I heard he opened up a smoothie spot next to it, but I don't know if that had success either. I heard his big moneymaker for him was transferring the money-making thing to him. I think his big moneymaker was I told you this before. He made and patented a mold removal item that Home Depot sells. So,
wow.
Good money. So my point again, medical device helps you flush toilets easier. Home Depot and Amazon will sell it. That's my point. I'm with you. If you're with me. Very clearly, Larry's Giant Subs gets ingredients delivered every day, and they're open till like 3 a.m. Nico wants us to know. Hell yeah. I don't know if I have a Larry's near me. I might. I don't think I do. Matt says that you should start a Glass and Munchies podcast. Matt, if you weren't here in the introduction of our show, we are taking on, as of the new year, we're going to start a new show that will actually be a podcast, and it will involve a what we're calling it currently, the random review, where we either bring on one or a few items each and review them at random. It could be anything. It could be absolutely anything, but we're going to be doing a random review in the middle of our podcast starting in the new year. So, Matt, we are on that. I want to go to Cooper again. Does compressed air help you with working colors as much as it seems? No. I think that's a joke. I think people that say the GTT compressed air is beneficial, I don't think it really is. I think that that's just something that is it's something that maybe you could find a reason why you think it's beneficial for you. When I use it on the Herbie, and why do I use it on the Herbie? Because it allows me to get a more Bunsen-like flame when I need to warm something up in the torch, which I can do naturally on my GTT. I don't need air for that. But on the Herbie, you have to have air to get the same flame. And the flame is, some people call it a dragon's breath flame. It's very similar to a Bunsen, how a Bunsen burner would run. GTT naturally does it. The reason why I have air on the Herbie is to do it on the Herbie, because the Herbie by itself doesn't put out enough pressure to get there. So I need the air to get to that point. Cooper, you also say you feel like milli clusters are selling really well and you like chip stack tubing of any kind. You're really interested in getting in on it. You totally should. Milli does sell really well. I feel, and I've said this recently, if you make milli tubing in our generation right now, you are no different than a guy 10 years ago doing wigwags. Like, this generation's wigwag is a chunk of milli tubing. That's it. However, Contrabasso still has me blocked. I'll go ahead and put that out there. Does surface mix make a noticeable difference? Yes, 100%. The difference between surface mix and premix comes mad into play when you're talking about striking colors specifically, as well as fuming. Definitely changes up the results you're going to get between striking and fuming colors.
I will say this though, on a positive note of the premix, I found the working like the old school cadmium colors and stuff. I found was easier on that.
Okay, so you think a premix torch helps with working of the cadmium colors? I agree with that too. If a GTT is a surface mixed torch, what does this mean? It means the gases are mixed outside of the face of the torch. Where a premix, they're mixed inside of the face, and you really can't harm the torch by using a premix. Like, it's like you can get the flame as low as you want on the face, and you're not going to disrupt the quality of the torch itself. Where a surface mix, you need enough gap between the flame to get the gas to mix properly. I would say a premix fumes better.
Yeah.
And more beautiful than a surface mix does. So, like, let's say you want to get a Red Max. A Red Max has options. You can get a Red Max where the top torch is a surface or a premix.
I worked on Red Max for a long time.
We both did. Do you remember if yours was a surface or a pre? Mine was a premix.
Mine was a premix.
And I'm pretty sure the difference you'll be able to notice is a premix flame you generally can replace the tips on. Like, the tips are interchangeable. Where a surface mix, the tips are not interchangeable. So something to pay attention to. Cooper, get that poo-poo pedal money. Get that poo-poo pedal money. You got to do what you got to do, bud. Get the poo-poo pedal money. Yo, we're drawing a ticket. The time has come. How long has this gone? How long have we been here? It's 9 o'clock at my time, so we've been here for 2 hours. God bless you. Yo, episode 15, by the way, and just so everybody knows, this entire year, every month, we've given away a torch and tool kit. Every 3 months, we give away a torch and tool kit to one ticket selected. We choose another ticket that has been a 3-month subscriber, and you win a functional Lerk that I have made at the time. Starting in January, we will be merging to a show that is the Soji Lerk Experience. I don't even know what we're going to call it yet. We don't have the name yet, but it's going to be a dual show. We're going to switch up the giveaways. We're going to switch up how you need to be involved to get into it. And we're going to switch up the program of how to buy in and how to be a part of it. But what I'm telling you is there will be a free to the public show, subscription-based, potentially in the way of getting into a raffle. However, free to the public show, and we're going to be taking it to podcasts. Most likely Spotify will be one of them, and we will be doing random reviews as well. Cooper says it makes sense that the air doesn't seem super interesting. Cooper, I'm telling you, the only way to achieve certain flame characteristics on that Herbie, like what I'm telling you is the Herbie is locked out of potential flame characteristics by not having air. The GTT having air is just adding something to it. You're not missing anything by if you don't have air on a GTT, you're not missing anything. Like there's nothing. The GTT is an insane torch for the past 20 plus years, dude. Like you don't need air on a GTT. Where on a Herbie, you are not going to achieve all of the flames on a Herbie if you don't have the air. You also said that you're trying to be a knockoff Contra, as it seems to be the direction of the industry. I know you're joking. Obviously, you're being sarcastic. But this is the fucking truth, y'all. Don't let anybody tell you can't make whatever the fuck you want to make, dude. Like, if some asshole that you look up to is blocking you on the internet because he's worried about you making anything similar to him, it's either because he's going through some rough shit at that time and he's like an idiot, which I personally have done myself. I've blocked people when I've been going through my own shit, and then like 3 months later I unblock them. I'm like, why the fuck did I do that, you know? But very, very clearly, I'm telling you, if someone in the industry that is obviously making way more money than you blocks you because, or like writes you off because you're experimenting in glass and a pattern that is now considered to be the wigwag is similar, move the fuck on, dude. Like that dude was never going to be your homie to begin with, and fuck him, dude. Like roll with your own shit and grind as hard as you can and shoot for the moon, baby. And if you don't make it, at least you'll land amongst the stars. Poo-poo money, here we come, baby. Poo-poo money. Okay, and Matt says, which model GTT? The Mirage. And if you're a real gangster, Snubby. The snub-nosed Mirage is where it's at.
Yep.
If you're a big beastie motherfucker, just get a regular one. I'm being honest, and I'm not calling anybody, this has nothing to do with being over something, but I'm telling you, if you're a larger guy, like weight-wise, or a larger person in general weight-wise and size-wise, like your build is larger, you may just go with a regular size Mirage. But if you're a pretty like average human being size-wise, get a Snubby, dude. It's the difference between, if you were to compare it to surfing or skateboarding, it's the difference between cruising on a longboard and like doing tricks on a shortboard, okay? Like you want the snub nose if you want to be doing tricks. Yeah. You just got one. You just got a Snubby.
Yeah, I'm about to make the move here in the next couple of months. Get the Delta.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want to upgrade, the Delta mag is where it's at. I have one of the last purple backs. If you don't know what we're talking about, they're anodized purple on the ass end of it, like right by where the handles are. They stopped doing this. Now they're all silver. Okay, so purple back Gorilla, we got them. We got them on lock. And I might sell it to you if you're interested.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy it from you.
I honestly, Tyler might be getting it first. I swear to God, dude, he told me the other day I got some kid that's interested in my Delta Elite, and he wants to buy a Delta Mag. That's what he's telling me. But you better get it while you getting's good, boy. You can actually, and I know this for a fact, you can call Mountain Glass. And Mountain Glass, shout out to Mountain Glass, the biggest sponsor we got, one of the only sponsors we got. They donate to the winner of this raffle. They donate a years-long Color Club subscription. If you don't know, whenever you win this torch kit or tool kit, you also get a year subscription to the Color Club, which is like 30% off all color on their website, as well as discounts on tools and clear glass. So you're going to be set for a year with Mountain Glass.
That's like, I think that's normally like $50, right?
It's pretty expensive, dude. I think it's more than that. $50 is the Lampwork Supply one. I think this is like $100 value.
Yeah,
but Mountain Glass specifically, if you're interested in a GTT, they sell GTTs. They also sell Herbies. If you reach out to Mountain Glass and you ask them about a GTT and you're interested in a purpled GTT, because they used to make them purple. All the pictures are purple. They'll look in the box for you and tell you if it's a purple one.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware of that, too. Last question, Jake. This is it. This is the last question. Jake wants to know, how does the 65 Herbie match up to the Delta Mag? Two completely different torches. On a Herbie, you only want to get a 40. A 65 is kind of pointless. I'm going to be fucking real. At a 65, you should have just got a Delta Mag to begin with. They're completely different torches, but if you're going to go that wide of a flame, you're going that wide because you want that much heat and you want that thing to be cooking. You might as well have just gone with a Delta Mag. Or a Delta Elite with compressed air is very hot. And I'll add that, Matt, write this down on, or Cooper, write this down in your why should I want air or why should I not want air. I have been told that when you add compressed air to a GTT, it becomes hotter. That's what I have been told. Where on a Herbie, you get different, you unlock flame characteristics on a Herbie by adding air. But on a GTT, it makes the same flame characteristics you would normally use hotter. Just want to add that in. Here we go, y'all. This is the number, and we're going to close it off with this. I hope everybody had a good night. I got about 4 tickets in my grubby little fingers here, and I'm only picking one, and the number is 212-445. 212-445. About to go take the dog on a walk. I hope everyone's having a great night chilling. Thank you, guys. We had like 17 to 20 people plus in here. 212-445. Writing it in the comments here. Thank you for getting on the show with us, bro. Thank you for being on here for 2 hours.
Of course, man.
Thank you for doing a little cross interview tonight with me as well. Yo, and just so everybody knows, once again, next year, January starting, we're going to be starting some sort of dual podcasting interview, and it will be at a different time, just so you're aware, Kyle.
Yeah.
If anything, we should probably do it in the middle of the day, like when everybody's away from us, you know?
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
So thank you guys for being on. Heady Smoking, did you win? Is that you, bro? 212-445. Do we have a new winner? We may have a new winner. To prove that it's you, just so everybody knows before we sign off, to prove that you won, you have to send me a DM on Instagram with a picture of your ticket. Cooper, Bethlehem Champion seems like an interesting option now that they have the Sharp Flame. The Bethlehem Champion is similar to the PM2D. It's just a newer version of the PM2D, I'm pretty sure, correct? It is.
Champion, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
It is. You had a PM2D, which you ran for the past like 10 years. Great torch, amazing torch.
Delta now or something.
Oh my God, Heady Smoking won. Heady Smoking, hit me in the DMs. Hit me in the DMs. Let's confirm it's you.
Congratulations.
Heady Smoking. He says, look, he sent me 2 DMs. The first one. This boy's eating the peanut M&Ms on the show. Okay.
We see where he
the second one is the ticket. We got a new winner, and I believe.
All right, congratulations,
right
man.
Bro, Heady Smoking. Heady Smoking. I don't know, bro. Oh, here we go. And he's got a sweet blue slime pendant of all the colors. The blue slime, bro. The blue slime. Heady Smoking.
We were literally just talking about the blue slime.
Heady Smoking DM'd me the other day and said he just got his subscription box and he's a brand new subscriber. I'm pretty sure. He just started subscribing this month. So this is his first month, and he won.
Nice. Oh, man. That's awesome.
Congrats, bro. Team Peanut. Yo, hold on 1 second. We do this when someone actually wins on the show. Kyle, I don't know if you've actually been here for a winner. Like when they actually are on. Bro, there he is. There he is. Like, we got him on. Congrats, bro. Congrats, bro.
Hey.
Yo, congrats, dude. Bro, is it your first month subscribing?
My
second month. Dude, congrats.
Yeah, I have a purple slime and that blue.
Purple slime and the blue.
Yeah.
Pink slime, pink slime. Yo, much love to you, bro. I will get with you here soon, probably tomorrow, and we will get your torch shipped out to you.
All right, bro.
Have a great night.
Awesome.
He's in the comments, and he's up. Dude, bro, we're doing some weird Matrix shit with all the lives right now. Yo, mad love, Team Peanut, Team Sit Your Ass Down, Team Don't Get Out Your Chair. Yo, we're rolling with it. It's 9:07 here. It's 11:07 there. You're going to go crash, I'm sure. Thank you guys for chilling. I hope everybody has a great night, and we will see you soon.
You.